Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's racing show is sponsored by Riverview Family Automotive Dealership. They sell cars, trucks, and boats. Go hit up Riverview Family Car Dealership for all your automotive needs. So tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. Tonight we have with us Jacob Hassey. Welcome to the show, Jacob.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How did you get started in racing, Jacob?
So last year, I went to the Cookout Summer Shootout, and during the autograph session, I got to sit in one of the guys' cars, and I was hooked from there. And yeah,
Okay. What was it like for you to race for the first time?
it was fun. Um, Pretty loud. I just like to hear the engines just roar and like the vibrations of the cars. Just like so fun.
Okay. Were you nervous at all to get behind the wheel for the first time?
No, not really. I'd say like a little bit only because like I had no like clue how to do any of it, and I don't know.
Okay. So, um, how much success have you had as a race car driver, Jacob?
So this year was my first year, and had a pretty big amount of success. Like one of my first races was at Dillon Motor Speedway in South Carolina, and I won that race. And overall, in total, I had four race wins. Three of them were at Dillon Motor Speedway, and one of them was at Nashville Fairground Speedway.
Okay. So when you race, how do you celebrate your victories?
Hmm, it's a good question. Just climb out of the car, stand in the seat, just pumping my fists in the air, hugging all the crew, and really excited.
What class do you race, Jacob?
I race in the Bandolero Outlaw Division.
Okay. Um, what's an awesome day at the racetrack look like for you?
An awesome day at the racetrack would probably be hanging out with my friends and then doing really well in the races and qualifying in the races.
Okay. What's an awesome day at the race shop look like for you?
We do work a lot, so I do like to get into like changing, like helping with the cars. So probably like just helping out Ron, my team owner, with like repairing or just setting up cars.
Okay. What is your home racetrack you race on?
My home racetrack that I've raced on is Charlotte Motor Speedway, but there is another one that is pretty close to me. It's called Caraway Speedway. It's up in Ashboro. not that far from where I am, but I usually classify Charlotte as my home track.
Okay. So, what is your favorite racetrack you've ever raced on?
So my favorite racetrack is probably Dillon Motor Speedway because I've had a lot of success there, and the track is really fun.
Okay. All right. So, okay. What is the story behind your racing number? Where did that come from?
The story behind my racing number is when I was younger, I was a really, really big Jimmy Johnson fan. So I was pretty excited whenever I got to choose my number and chose that one.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, who do you have for sponsors on your racing team?
So I have four. I have Tall Tree Books, A&H Meats, the Boutique. Actually, I lied. I have three. Sorry. It's those three.
Okay. Are you probably looking for more sponsors?
Yes, we are still looking for more sponsors for next season.
Okay. All right. So, okay, Jacob, how does one get a hold of you to reach to sponsor you?
So I have like a Facebook page and a YouTube page. Both are named Jacob Hassey Racing. You can contact us through there, and yeah.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to sponsor our driver tonight, Jacob, reach out to Jacob Hassey Racing on Facebook or YouTube, and he would appreciate the sponsorship on his race cars that gets further into his racing career. Or if you'd like to get to know him better, reach out there. Okay. So, do you have a nickname, racing nickname, Jacob?
No, not yet. I'm waiting for the day that I do get one. I'm just hoping it's not going to be anything like bad.
Okay. Can you drop your camera down just a little bit because I can barely see? There we go. There we go. Much better.
There we go.
There we go. Who's your racing hero?
My racing hero is probably either Jimmy Johnson or Dale Earnhardt Sr. because, I mean, they're just some of the best of the best.
You ever met Jimmy Johnson?
No, I have not.
What would you say if you had the opportunity to meet him?
I would probably say I am one of your biggest fans and you are a inspiration to me.
Okay. Right. So when it comes to you racing on the racetrack, um, are you pretty good about reading the racetrack?
Yeah, it usually takes like one or two practice sessions to like get me to figure out a track.
Okay. All right. So okay, when you're strapped in your race car, you're going to go on the racetrack. What helps get you psyched up and motivated to go out and do this?
Probably um knowing that I can race some of my friends that are on the track and also getting really like pumped up by one of my teammates. His name's Dylan Thomas.
Okay. What's the best piece of advice you've gotten as a race car driver?
Hmm. I would say do not try and like go like full throttle on your first lap if you've never been in a car before. Like whenever I ran my first laps in a bando, um, like on lap two, I was coming out of turn number two, and I spun out, but I didn't hit anything, luckily. So just don't full send it in your first time in a car.
Okay. All right. What kind of advice would you give a new race car driver?
I would probably say somewhat similar to the same thing. I would just probably say don't get too cocky and just don't be overly aggressive in your first lap.
Okay. Um, all right. So, who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
I have a lot of friends, so this might take a while. So I have Dylan Thomas, Bryson Nichols, Tegan Nolan, Jackson Jones, Gerald White, James Monolo. Did I say Jackson Jones? I think I did. No, I cannot remember already. Holy crap. Jack Smith, Lucas McFall. Hmm. There's more I'm forgetting, I'm sure. Corbin Cannon. Um, and there's more from there.
Okay. Do you have any big racing events you're looking forward to racing in yet? Or coming up?
So this upcoming Saturday, I am racing at Southern National for the Thanksgiving Classic, and I'm really excited about that because I've never been there, and I think it'd actually be pretty fun.
Okay. What are your future goals as a race car driver?
My future goals as a race car driver is probably to win a lot of races and win some championships in some of these cars.
Okay. What do you like to do for fun outside the racetrack?
Some of the things that I like to do are play iRacing, um, ride roller coasters, and go outside and play.
Okay. Um, right. Do you have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
Can you repeat that one again?
Do you have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
Hmm. I would say probably the craziest racing story I have ever had. It's probably from the first round of the 2025 Spring Nationals, or actually even round 10 of the Summer Shootout. I'll go with the second one. So it was early on into the race in the final round of the Summer Shootout, and coming out of turn two, um, a car started coming up into my lane and then hit me, and then she went upside down, and then I had to start from the back, and the car had a bent front end on it, so it turned a lot better somehow, and it took a while to finish that race, but I actually ended up finishing where I started, and I started eighth in that race and finished in eighth. So kind of crazy.
Okay. So with all the races you've won, what has to be your most favorite victory you've ever won?
My favorite like race that I've won was probably the most recent race that I've won because there was a lot of competition out there at Dillon Road Speedway, and it was actually really good racing towards the end.
Okay. Um, with okay. So Jacob, okay. Who's on your racing crew?
So I have a lot of people on my racing crew. I have my team owner his son Dylan, his wife Andrea, and then there is Ian Eisenhower, or yeah, Ian I Ian Eisenhower, um, who else? Philip Nichols, and there's a lot more. I just can't remember who's all on there right now.
Okay. So at this portion of the racing show, Jacob, I'd like to turn the mic over to my guest. If you have a couple questions you'd like to ask me, you can ask me a couple questions.
So, what got you into doing these types of interviews?
Been a racing fan for about 30 plus years and always wanted to work in the racing industry, and here was my opportunity.
I think that's it.
Okay. So is there anybody else you'd like to thank you for helping you get this far of your racing career?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my parents for letting me do this. I'd like to thank all my sponsors for helping out this year. I'd like to thank my team for just helping out with the car. Yeah.
Okay, so Jacob, I'd like to thank you for being on our racing show tonight, talking to us about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better. I will have you step out and I will call you a little bit to thank you, okay?
There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Jacob Hassey on our racing show tonight, talking to us about his racing career. Go hit up his Facebook page or use his YouTube page if you'd like to sponsor him or get to know him better. But if you'd like to sponsor our racing show or be on our racing show, feel free to call us or text us at 712-209-713, or you can email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com. Have a good night, everybody.